So we knew it was going to be a hard day with the weather. You know, out of all the days that we were doing this challenge, we knew that day 2 was going to be a rainy day. You know, we weren't naive to that. We were, what we believed was prepared for that. It was rainy, it was windy. That wasn't the issue. What was the issue is, when we got to Elterwater, all the paths were completely flooded. And when I say flooded, it started off at foot depth, which you saw in part 1, to a point where we was completely stranded and it was covering the trees. Flooded the whole path. We had to battle our way through fields, which were muddy, boggy, wet, and finally got onto the main road. The main man is here.
Everything's dry, mate. Sleeping bag's nice and dry. Oh.
I'm just explaining what the hell happened.
Oh, mate. Never, ever in my life do I want to experience that again. Horrific is not the word.
Horrific is not the word. I'm at the part where we just got to Langdale's, you know, when we had to get off where it flooded the paths. Once we got past that, we thought, oh, that was awful, eh?
Then Stake Pass.
And then we went on to Stake Pass. When we got to the top, it became a survival situation.
First time ever I've had that proper.
It was bad, eh?
But bad.
What was it? It was just the water flying off the mountain.
So, yeah, the river that comes and flows down Stake Pass has little tributaries that are usually just like little ginnels, you know, you talk
straight over.
Maybe a foot or 2 wide. Because of the amount of snow, and then it melted, and then the amount of rain that we'd had over the last 24, 48 hours, it turned them into full rivers. So what should have been a foot or 2 wide, easily stepped over, was 2, 3 metres, 4 metres in places. So I'm sure Adam's already explained, we were throwing our rucksacks over, taking a running jump, and still landing in the water. And looking back, it was frightening.
Yeah.
If we'd have fell in then, that would have been it, game over. The water was moving so quick.
The currents were rapid.
We'd have just ended up at the bottom of Stake Pass.
Yeah. If it was, our legs were still going in the water when we was jumping, then we was climbing out onto the banks. If that other leg went in,
that's it.
We're dead.
We're dead.
Yeah, it's actually quite scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we talked to quite a few other people in the bar last night and this morning, and they've all said it was horrific conditions. And there was a guy, he's got 5 Wainwrights to go, nearly 60. He's been walking the fells for years, and he's only ever known conditions as bad as that once before.
And he's come to complete his 5, he's only managed to do 1.
That's how bad it was.
That's how bad it was. But we got through it. We thought it was game over, didn't we?
Absolutely. When we got here last night, mentally, physically done, we were going home. But this little spot, what a gem. Lifesaver.
Let's give us a second chance. And we're not done yet.
No.
We go again. Yes, I. Let's go. Welcome to part 2. I'll show you this little gaff before we get back on trail. Yes, I.